we have a good time out there. Any of you guys have been out there, center field, the bullpen, and hanging out with this guy is also obviously a lot of fun. We'll open things up for some questions to the bone here.
Jay, I was just wondering if you were planning on coming back as maybe an on-air personality, or would you like to come back more of a coach with the Mariners?
Yeah, really both. Actually, I think right now I'm enjoying watching my youngest son, who's a junior at Mount Si High School, play baseball. Try to get him, this year and next year, and then once he's out of the house, and Leah and my wife, are empty nesters, then I can kind of, maybe get out there a little bit more and have a little more time with the Mariners or whatever it may be. But at some point, I'm going to do a few more games on radio and TV with these guys. I mean, Brad's awesome. They make it easy. Rick Riz and Dave and Blow up there. It's always a blast because they let me be myself and be a character. And so I enjoy that. And then as far as being a coach, I'm going to go down to spring training. I was just talking to Eric Wedge, and they want myself and Danny and Gar down there a little bit more this year. So, and then we'll see what happens in the next 3 or 4 years. It wouldn't surprise me if I'm maybe back in uniform in some capacity. So we'll see. What's up, bud?
My favorite song is Bad to the Bone, so why do they always say it when you're at the bat?
Oh, dude, come here.
Awesome.
Come on, get up there. Well, funny story, my nickname is Bone, and I'm sure a lot of you people want to know how I got that nickname. In high school, I lost a fly ball on the lights and hit me square between the eyes and knocked me out. And basically, my coach said only a bonehead can make that move. So the nickname kind of stuck. And over the years, because it's my nickname's Bone, there's a song by George Thorogood and the Destroyers, "Bad to the Bone," and they kind of. That was kind of my kudos whenever I walked up to the plate. So, and George Thorogood's the man. He's a huge baseball man and a friend. So, he's a good dude. So. Plus, he good music as well.
Tell me what went through your head when you made those home run predictions through the years.
Oh, the home run predictions? I don't know if you can ever make a home run prediction, but you look at matchups sometimes and you're facing a certain pitcher and your numbers are pretty good, so you can get a little. Sometimes you can get a little ahead of yourself, get a little cocky. But you know what? Everything kind of, for whatever reason, kind of works out. You just get an instinct, or that's deja vu or premonition or whatever you want to call it, and you just feel comfortable in a certain ballpark. Because I know when I went to Yankee Stadium, for whatever reason, that was one of the ballparks that things just seemed to line up. The hitter's backdrop was there. Plus, you have confidence from previous at-bats and series. So, that you just kind of go with the flow sometimes. Well, and you're watching certain pitchers, and you're watching, how the game kind of is dictating and what's building up, and you see a guy foul a ball straight back or what have you, and you go, man, he's right on it. Or just the way the guy walks from the on-deck circle to the home plate, their body language is something kind of, you just get a feeling sometimes where you just got, it's the right person, right time. And, every now and then you make enough of those predictions, every now and then you're going to get lucky. But I think without a doubt, the prediction that Mike Blowers had a couple years ago, when picking the inning, the pitch, the whole, goodness gracious, that was unbelievable. So
here we go, Norm.
Hi, Jay. I coach with the West Hills Vipers, and we see you guys a lot in tournament play and your boy. And I was just curious, it's neat to see your boy grow up playing ball as well, and what his plans are out of high school, if he's going to go college or...
Well, he's only a junior, so you never know what could happen. I will say that he loves the game. He eats and sleeps baseball all the time, and he goes goo-goo, with all those guys are walking around. He just absolutely eats it up, and we'll see. I don't know. Anything's possible. He still needs to grow a little bit, but he definitely wants to play at the next level, and hopefully he'll get that opportunity. But the next couple of years are going to really dictate what happens. So we'll see. He's got, unfortunately, he's got the last name too, which can be sometimes not. It can be kind of a hindrance, because he's got to live up to the lore and all that stuff. But he's got such a great head on his shoulders. He does a good job of being able to kind of put that aside. But We'll see. It's fun. It's fun to live through your kids when you get older and kind of see what they do. I was fortunate. My daughter went and played softball at the college level, so that was kind of fun too to watch that. We'll see. We'll see if the little fart can step up. Pressure's on. I give him crap about it all the time.
Jay, in your career, was there ever a pitcher who you felt like you owned, if you could ever own a pitcher, and which one you just had a terrible time against?
Bobby Witt, when he was pitching with Texas, for whatever reason, I seemed to always get him. Mike Lucina, who was filthy, but he would always like hang a changeup to me. Later in my career, Roger Clemens, it was kind of the reverse role. Early in my career, he just stuck it to me, and then later in my career, I found out he started to fall into a little bit of a routine or a pattern, especially 3-0. He'd want to try to throw that higher 0-2. He'd try to throw that high fastball, and I always look for it and try to
What are you looking for?
And then the guy that basically owned me was Pedro Martinez. I mean, I don't know what it was. I just couldn't hit the guy. And when you're 0 for 15, your last 15 appearances, and with 13 strikeouts, I started getting days off. So Lou would always come to me when he was pitching the next day and say, "Hey, son, go have a few cool pops tonight because you're not going to be in the lineup tomorrow." I'm like, yes. You think that at some point the percentages will play to your favor, that, it's just a matter of time, but after a while I was like, I'll take the day off. Thanks, Lou.
Way in the back.
Hi, I had a privilege of talking with Scott Hatterberg last week.
Moneyball.
Yeah, and he mentioned something that he hit a ball in Boston.
He hates me to this day.
He was saying that he doesn't know if you actually came up with that ball on the other side of the bullpen.
BS. He knows better. He knows better. Yeah, you're talking about the home run that I flipped over the wall in Fenway, and it actually came back into the ballpark and showed it robbed him of a home run. So, yeah, but I think him, when it's all said and done, he's getting the last laugh. He's kind of Mr. Hollywood right now, and good for him. So, yeah, that was pretty funny. He didn't like me a whole lot, and he had some few choice words still to this day.
There you go.
Hey, Jay, I remember the Buhner Buzz night at the Dome.
Yes, sir.
Well, I got one of your T-shirts, and I didn't realize that my aunt surprised me, and you came out and buzzed my head because I was going to have craniotomy surgery the day after.
Right on, right on. You still got your T-shirt? Not a baby. Not a baby. What was it? Bald is beautiful or something? You know, it's funny. There's a guy by the name of Kevin Martinez, who's vice president of marketing here with the Mariners. He came to me, gosh, when was it? I think it was 90 when they first started that with the first one. He goes, "Hey, we're going to do a deal called Buhner Buzz." I said, "No, you're not." He goes, "Oh, come on, it'll be fun. You can go out and mingle with the fans and this and that." I go, "Come on, Kev, that's corny, man. It's not going to go. Let's go do it." He goes, and so that was the end of it. I thought I wasn't going to hear any more about it. He comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, next homestand, I just wanted to let you know it's Buhner Buzz, and we're going to have all this booth set out outside." And lo and behold, it basically got a mind of its own, and a few other organizations did the same thing, and it's all about crazy, PR, and the PR department, I got to admit, do a heck of a job here, and Mr. Copacino and all the people that put together the great commercials. Now, let's face it, during the mid-90s, they were great commercials and a lot of fun, and it's fun to see how more and more organizations are really starting to do that. The Mariners continue to receive awards for their commercials. They just received a big award for the Bernandez commercial, which I got to admit was one of the top out there. So they got a big award for that as well.
Any more here? We got one here. Right here. In a Mariners uniform.
Oh, you're not cold right now?
This
Come on, you're going to be freezing.
I'm warm, dude. I was running over here to see you.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Of all the years you've been here in Seattle, what home do you think is best for the Mariners? The Kingdom or Safeco Field?
Well, I'm
not for a hitter.
Well, that's exactly right. I mean, you pretty much said it. This is a great pitcher's defensive ballpark right here. You got to love it. And really, truly, I mean, this is a state-of-the-art facility, great stadium. We're playing baseball the way it should be played. You have elements, although it is a little cold, and you can lose the ball in the sun. You can the wind comes into play. There's a lot of different things that come into play. you can get grass stains instead of getting, turf burns. But I will say that the King Dome was a great play. I mean, for a hitter, it was a hitter's nirvana. I mean, 70 degrees every day. It was consistent, no wind, the ball flew out of there, but it definitely took its toll on myself and Junior and the list of guys. I mean, because that turf, it's like playing on concrete, basically. It beats you up, but there were some great memories of the King Dome, and because of that, that's why this is all made possible. So I'm partial to both, but I will say that this is really and truly the way. You got the smells, all the different. This is the way it should be right here. Baseball should be played outside, and the beauty of it is you continue even if it rains with the roof. So,
all right, we got time for one more right over here.
Jay, I remember in the Kingdom you had these shoes that were just covered in tape. What was the story with those?
That was before, they didn't make turf shoes yet back then. Now, they have special shoes for everything. Guys are actually taking running shoes and sending them to Nike, and Nike can go and put a plastic bottom or a metal bottom on an actual running shoe or an Air Max or whatever. So you can make and create and design your own shoe. You got Nike ID now. So technology and everything has changed so much, not only from video and supplements and everything. So it's huge. Back then, all I had was basically running shoes. So, and when you got a good pair of shoes, you tried to milk them and make them last as long as you could. So, being a Texas boy, we're all about duct tape, man. So you got to do whatever you can. And it's superstition, too. You try to make them last as long as you can. You put on a different pair of shoes, you go up, they don't feel comfortable, or you might not get the right grip, or you go back to the if it ain't broke, don't fix it deal, so you end up breaking out the old shoes. So, yeah, I would milk them as long as I could till they blew out, and then I'd break out a new pair. So.
Yeah, before the big deals where guys would play one game, pair of shoes, get rid of them, new pair of shoes for the next night, no doubt.
Superstition, man.
I love it. All right, that wraps up Mr. Jay Buhner. But now the fun begins for you fans. Autographs. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it, guys. We'll see you soon.